I'm going to let that go, and then I'm going to get back on.
Well, that's okay, but by you doing that, you know what Felix is going to be doing, right?
We're going right back to politics.
I should say the Rev. No, he's going to be
What's the
playing.
Rev going to do?
The Rev's probably going to play a song.
No, we also have, you got to remember, Elisa in the line.
Well, Elisa, I know. That's true. Go ahead, enjoy the popcorn.
Save some for us.
Elisa, you still there?
I'm here.
All right. Has Samantha calmed down after? No, after Samantha. How did you feel about meeting Cardinal Dolan?
How'd you feel about meeting Cardinal Dolan 2 weeks ago? Hi. You liked it, right? It was your second time, right? No. Yes, it was. No. The second time we met Cardinal, he came last year at Christmas. What? Remember when he lit the trees? No. And he picked you up? No. Okay, you don't remember.
Well, she was.
Famous. Yes, you're famous.
She was that's it. Let me tell you,
No,
really.
She liked it. As a matter of fact, he invited her to come on St. Patrick's Day to sit with him during the parade, but we didn't go.
Oh, you should have.
The last second, the very, very last second, she didn't want to go. She wanted to go to school. She was like, it's more important for me to go to school than to go to the city and watch a parade.
What girl?
Well,
so I took her to school, and we didn't go into the city. But I don't know if you saw the pictures. I mean, I had her all decked out and everything.
Yeah, on Facebook, yes.
Yeah, all ready to go. But she wanted to go to school. She doesn't like missing school.
I can think of a bunch of teachers that don't mind missing school. Which reminds me of the old joke in September. Mother is waking up her son. And you probably heard it. It's really a very old joke. And he's covered up. He covers his head with his covers. She says, you have to get up and go to school. He says, but I don't want to go to school. She says, but you have to. It's the first day of school. They need you there. Well, why do they need me there? I don't have to be there. She says, of course you do. You're the principal.
Principal, yeah.
Well,
that was actually pretty good.
Really.
I want you to hear this for a second. Let me just see if this is right, what I'm thinking it is.
The Holy Bible, the King James Version. The first book of Moses, called Genesis. Chapter 1.
James Earl Jones?
In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
No, it's not.
And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
Hey, Felix.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Play Exodus 11.
And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
Okay, now I'm going to switch to Exodus 11. Lisa, you still with us?
Huh?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Chapter 11.
I'm still here.
And the
Okay,
Lord
we got
said unto
Exodus.
Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, About midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land.
Okay. Hey, Pierce, you there?
Yeah.
All right, stop right there. If anybody's got a Bible, open it up to Exodus 11, and we'll get into 12. And I think you're going to find this very fascinating, since it's in the spirit of Good Friday and the spirit of Easter. Yeah. So you want me to go downstairs? It'll be okay. Talk quieter. My wife thinks I have a loud voice. I don't know what that's about. But Mark, you had a question for me before we even start that. I wanted to show you something kind of neat. But I know you had a question, Mark. What's your question?
I don't know. I just came back. I made coffee, so I didn't hear what. I really didn't hear what was going on.
No, we just.
I just. Yeah. I told everybody to get their Bibles out and go to Exodus 11 and 12. I'm going to show you something really cool. But before we get into that, I was asked, Mark, you had a question.
Well,
and I wanted you to get an opportunity in before we started this little study.
Well, that just shows you how my mind works. I really don't remember, so it couldn't, as my mother would say, it couldn't be that important. So don't worry about it.
Next time, write it on your forehead. You'll never forget.
That's right.
Except he'll never see it. That's the problem.
Well, if I write it backwards, I'll be able to read it when I put my head down and look in the mirror. You know.
True.
Exactly.
You want me to play Exodus 12 also?
Yeah, we're going to look at Exodus 12. Yep.
No,
we're going to look at the first
11.
Passover.
You want me to play?
This is really, this is a typology, you guys. This is a typology of Jesus Christ. And it's really quite fascinating. Actually, give me one second here. I think I'm going to...
I think you once mentioned this.
Chapter 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Okay, stop it right there, Felix. So, what we have constituted, or instituted rather, is the very first Passover. Now, this is really interesting because what we are celebrating is Jesus. Okay, this time of year, those who are not religious or no Christianity at all, what Good Friday and what Easter represent is Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. It's what constitutes the church. It's how we're even able to get saved. If Jesus didn't really die fully, okay, he really did die. It wasn't a swoon thing. There's a lot of theories out there that Jesus didn't really die.
That's the Passover plot.
It is, because when Jesus died on that cross. Now, here's something that you're gonna. And before we get into Jesus, let's talk about this Passover thing. And I'm gonna have Lisa. Lisa, are you there? Opening up your Bible?
No, I don't have my Bible. Sorry.
You don't have a Bible? That's okay.
No.
I want you to listen, and you tell me what you think of this whole Passover thing. When you break it down, it's really interesting. The first thing that it says here is in verse 2, this month shall be the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak to all the congregation of Israel, saying, on the 10th of this month every man shall take for himself a lamb, according to the house of his father, a lamb for the household. And if the household is too small for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of persons, according to each man's needs, that you make it account for the lamb. Okay, so we want to make sure that we finish this lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish. Now listen to the description of this lamb. This is the last plague. This is during the last plague of Egypt. In fact, what they celebrate isn't necessarily the Passover isn't named after the 10 plagues of Egypt.
It's really it's the 9. Well, not the first 9, but the 10th one really, when they spread the lamb's blood.
It's really the 10th one. It's the 10th. The 10th plague is the Passover, where the angel of death they put the blood on the doorpost. Okay, Jesus in the old.
The Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Oh, okay. He's the door to heaven. Okay, his blood will be shed for our sins. Death will pass over us. Okay, all of this in Exodus chapter 12 is the foreshadowing of Jesus Christ. Now, fast forward in time, our time. Jesus dies for man's sin. Now, this is where it gets fascinating, because do you think that, let me ask you guys this question. Do you think that Satan wanted Jesus to die?
If I had to guess,
this is really Satan's hour. I mean,
no, because if Jesus died, if Jesus didn't die, then
everybody wouldn't be saved.
Satan doesn't win if Jesus dies. Okay, by Jesus staying alive, Satan loses. No, wait. If Jesus dies, Satan loses, because then he dies and he's resurrected again. Okay, and he lives. Right. But if Jesus lives, it sort of negates. Well, I don't see how Satan could win, actually, if you want to know the truth.
Oh, he could have. He could. Well, I mean, inevitably he wouldn't have, because God is in control, right? He's just a pawn God uses. But listen. If Jesus had died at any other hour, Satan would have won. Now, what do I mean by that? Go back to the Garden of Gethsemane. Okay, remember when Jesus is praying in the
Right.
garden? He's saying, Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me.
Right, exactly.